Today, I voted against referring the Mercosur trade deal to the European Court of Justice. While the motion ultimately passed, the vote was an important one, and I want to clarify a few points on this very issue for you. This was not an easy decision, but I firmly believe it was the responsible one. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of information, fact and fiction, in most recent times, both on social media and in the press, and about Mercosur votes in particular and what they actually mean in practice. In short, this issue has become so highly politicised, with some politicians choosing the easy option rather than the right one. Let me be very clear. This vote was not about whether Mercosur is a good deal. It was about whether the agreement should be referred to the European Court of Justice to examine the legality of splitting the deal into two parts. This practice, known as splitting agreements, has been used several times before. Its legality has already been tested in the European Court of Justice, and in the case of the EU-Singapore trade deal, the court clearly ruled that the Commission and the Parliament were acting fully within their legal rights. The precedent is clear. There was no legal necessity to refer Mercosur to the court. Voting against the referral does not mean I support Mercosur. Far from. Because as I said many times, I do not support this trade agreement. But what I do want is for MEPs to finally have their say on Mercosur, and referring it to the court delays that up to 2 years. What's not being said by those who trumpet this as a victory, in that this delay now creates ultimately more uncertainty for many people, particularly our Irish farmers. It also opens the door to a scenario where the Commission could implement the trade elements of the Mercosur before elected MEPs have had their opportunity to vote on it. If the agreement is provisionally implemented, the safeguards, which we worked hard to introduce, might not even apply. Referring this to the Court of Justice is, in my view, the easy way out. It is the populist route. Not only does it avoid political accountability, but it also sets a really worrying precedent for future trade deals, which will be increasingly important for Ireland, particularly given our uncertainty we currently face in our relationship with the United States. Today, we should have been a day to vote on the deal itself, not on adding more uncertainty for many sectors, in particular the beef sector and our Irish farmers. I remain firmly opposed to the Mercosur agreement, but the process, the rationale and the timing of our decisions matter. And that is why I voted the way I did today. I understand there is confusion, and I take seriously my responsibility to explain these facts clearly to you, the voter. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with my office, and I look forward to this ongoing discussion.